It's a 21st century twist on a concept that's as old as time itself, the arranged marriage. On FYI Channel's Married at First Sight, 3 couples agree to participate in a social experiment and marry someone chosen for them by 4 relationship experts.
Do you take Doug Hayner as your lawfully wedded husband?
The American Pastors Network was quick to condemn the reality show, calling it a mockery of marriage, saying in a statement, a major role of pastors today is spending serious time counseling couples who want to enter into the sacred union of marriage. Marriage is not a game show, a contest, or something to entertain the masses. Rather, it's a divine relationship defined by God and confirmed throughout Scripture. Marriage and family therapist Dr. Linda Mintle agrees.
The idea that you would just marry someone and know nothing about them, to never date, to have some pseudoscientist put together some ideas that you'd be compatible is outrageous in terms of what it means about marriage.
CBN's Angela Zatopek talked with some reality show veterans recently and asked them what they think about the premise behind Married at First Sight.
I think it's a gag. I think people knew what they were getting into. I think it's probably overly produced. I don't think it's as organic as people think. And I just can't see meeting someone and getting married on the spot.
I don't think you should marry anyone at first sight, especially, do they talk? Do they get to know each other? That's crazy. Crazy town.
Married at First Sight definitely takes public matchmaking to a whole new level. But judging from the number of other reality shows like it, the American public loves to tune in to see modern singles attempt to find true love. Recently, the Game Show Network got in on the craze, unveiling It Takes a Church, where the entire congregation gets involved in the matchmaking process. And in the case of contestants Rhonda Nyrenda and Randy Phillips, it seems to have been a success.
This experience has been nothing but a blessing to me. I wasn't very sure if I wanted to do it. I actually backed out several times, but my godly Christian friends kept encouraging me to go and do it, and it's been nothing short of a blessing.
But Dr. Mintle warns these shows don't represent real life. And she says most of the time there's just enough reality in dating shows to make us want to watch.
There's a lot of voyeurism that we love to watch. We love to watch the high drama. We love to watch the blend of fantasy and reality in relationships. And there's just enough in there that makes us sort of identify with those characters, but then there's this sort of fantasy realm that we can sort of dream about, that maybe we could dress up and be in an exotic location, and maybe we could find love that way.
And why, in 2014, do so many singles feel they need help finding love?
We don't live around our extended families and those more intimate communities like we used to.
Well, I think dating is hard for everybody right now. I think that, the people are meeting online. You're not just going out and actually meeting people in real life. They're not getting set up by their friends and people they know. So everybody's having a hard time making that connection, so they're just kind of reaching for whatever's out there. And I mean, let's face it, if somebody's going to set you up with 25 guys, like, why wouldn't you go, all right, I'll give it a shot?
Whether any of the Married at First Sight couples will stay together remains to be seen. But what's not up for debate is the popularity of these shows, so don't expect them to go away anytime soon.
Well, joining us now to shed some light on this subject is CBN News reporter and winner of NBC's reality series Ready for Love, Angela Zatopek. Angela, welcome. It's good to have you with us.
Thank you.
Wow. What do you think about this? I mean, Married at First Sight, here you were, you went through the Ready for Love series on the network. Do you think, what's the likelihood that any of these couples will stick with each other?
You know, there's such a small percentage of people, obviously, that go through something like a reality dating show. And once you're in that little family, you kind of all converse after the process. And knowing what I went through and how everything works, the fact that they're married at first sight, absolutely doomed for failure, in my opinion.
Because you wound up winning the program, so you wound up with someone at the end of that program. How'd that work for you?
Yeah, you know, our show is, the makers of The Bachelor left ABC, and this was supposed to be the newest version, Ready for Love, on NBC. And ending up with him, the proposal, it's a lot of external pressures from the network, because they want their show to be like, hey, we're real, it really works. And it's just not, it's not reality, and that's kind of ironic because it's reality television.
Well, Angela, you talked about some of the pressures. And what are those pressures behind the scenes? And behind the scenes, is it more dramatic than you see on air? Is there less drama? What goes on?
I think there's definitely pressures as far as feeling like you have to win the guy. First of all, I'm traditional, ironically, even though I did a show like this. The guy should pursue the girl, in my opinion. There's a lot of pressures in dealing with the producers and the politics of this. And also, once you are the winner, if you're the chosen couple, the tabloids expect you to fail. So you almost want to keep it together just to be like, hey, we stayed together. But you got to be happy at the end of the day. And we weren't a match. So.
Well, you were unique in that you were not only a contestant and the winner of this show, but you also took a stand for purity, which, you know, a lot of people would be surprised that you lasted in the program, much less won it. Were you surprised, and how did that work for you?
You know, it's crazy how God uses something as silly as a reality show to glorify him. Night one, we had matchmakers, and mine told me, I don't think you're going to be the winner or his type because you are waiting. And I said, send me to the bottom then. If I'm not his type, then I'll go home. And I stayed, and obviously he chose me in the end. But I think God really used that. It was really cool. There was a live audience filled with all types of young girls and kids. And it was really neat to talk to them afterwards and just hear how sharing my heart really touched.
So you had a platform because of that to share what mattered to you. Good for you.
And now looking back, because it's been a while since I've really talked about this, and I see now how God orchestrates everything. But after looking back, I look at these reality shows and I'm absolutely shocked. There's also a new show called Naked and Dating, which is just weird.
I was going to
like,
say
really?
I saw that, but I know I know.
I mean, I just, this is not normal. So it's
So what would you
just
say
weird.
to people who, maybe friends ask you, hey, I'm thinking about being in a reality show. Angela, what do you think? What do you counsel them?
I would say, don't do it. I think it's fun, obviously, the allurement of being flown around and doing exciting things and everything like that. But overall, I would not recommend to do the process. But you know what? If your heart's in the right place, and I don't know, some people, there are some couples that have worked. There's only 3, actually, from The Bachelor that are married and still together.
That have actually sustained the relationship. Wow.
We have a little bit of time. One question from a viewer. This is Amy who wants your opinion on this, Angela. She says, I'm in my 30s and I have been ready for marriage for years. I've tried online dating and even applied for The Bachelor, but I am still alone. What can I do to find my man?
Well, I would say, you know, get out of your comfort zone and try new things where you'd meet different types of people. Maybe a Bible study, or get involved with a group that you're with an interest that you like. I wouldn't recommend doing a reality dating show, but I don't know, just try to explore your daily routine and do something different. Maybe you'll meet someone. And pray.
Yes, she's probably doing that. Well, Angela, thank you so much for being with us today.